Hello friends, welcome to Dr. Vet channel. I am Dr. P.R. Patel, Professor Head, Veterinary Medicine. We have already seen the two parts of hemoncosis. This is part 3. This is very important, so I have narrated this parasite in detail. The purpose of narrating this in little bit detail is two. One is that the students can compete with the brighter students in competitive examinations. At the same time, veterinary officers will get the full knowledge about the parasite. The third purpose is that the other parasites also behave in the same way. So the students and veterinary officers get background. This is very much important. Other important parasites also have a little bit similar background. Now with this introduction, we start hemoncosis part 3. In this, we will see clinical pathology, necropsy finding of important disease. Pay much attention to this clinical pathology because it is a diagnosis. You cannot miss the diagnosis. You will not forget this also. These principles you can apply for the other disease also. You know that Haemonchus is a prolific egg layer. Each parasite lay thousands and thousands eggs, more than 10,000 eggs. You can get egg per gram of feces. For measuring the EPG, clinician can use a quantitative McMaster technique that helps you in counting the eggs per gram of the feces. This is very much useful for planning the treatment and control strategies. Your treatment must not be haphazard. Your treatment must be planned. If you have parasitology laboratory, the clinician can culture the larva from the parasite eggs, but it takes a long time. But that gives the identification of the parasites. To specify the nematode parasite. When this Haemonchus is there, the pH of the abomasum is very high. There is high plasma pepsinogen level and high plasma gastrin level. There is severe anemia, and anemia is proportional to the worm burden. Remember this word. Anemia is a proportional to the worm burden. So, the proportion of anemia, you can diagnose the worm burden. There is decreased packed cell volume, decreased hemoglobin percent. There is decrease in protein level also, hypoproteinemia, and that results into the anasarca, accumulation of edematous fluid in various parts of the body. We will see that later on in clinical pathology. There is eosinophilia because these are the parasites. They elicit a histamine release or an allergic reaction. So there is eosinophilia. Here we talk about a very good things useful for the farmer also. It is a pharmaca. The word pha means fafa. The word ma means malan. The word cha means chart. It is a one form of chart. It is a card system. And that card is very much helpful to decide the anemia. And you know that the anemia is proportional to the worm burden. So this chart will be helpful to decide the anemia and to decide the worm burden, and thereby clinician can decide the treatment and preventive measure also. see the importance of this Pharmacia card. It is useful to detect the level of anemia in animals, and this provide a guidance for the treatment, for controlling the level of parasitic burden, especially Haemococcus contortus, and others also, those producing the anemia in domestic ruminants. Now, what is this Pharmacia card? Pharmacia is a card and has a painted 5 different sets of pink color boxes. There are 5 boxes printed on this Pharmacia card, which has a 5 different shades of pink color. The first one is dark pink color that matches with the normal color of the conjunctiva. The second one still light, third still light pink, fourth still light like this. So pink color ranges from normal pink color 0.1 to a very light, almost white color, we can say paleness of mucous membrane 0.5, and this is to be compared with the pink color of the conjunctiva. This comparison of pink color of the card will be helpful to decide the anemia, and these colors are designated from 0.1 to 0.5. Normal pink color 0.1, very light pink or almost white 0.5. Continuation with the Pharmacia card system. The color of eye mucous membrane, it is pink. The pink color of conjunctiva is to be matched with the color of the boxes on the card, and this will help you to decide the level of anemia in the animal, especially sheep. And you know that the level of anemia is proportional to the parasitic burden. If there is mild anemia, mild parasitic burden; moderate anemia, moderate parasitic burden; severe anemia, severe parasitic burden. Now coming to the point on the card. Point 1, it is a pink color box. If it is matches with the eye of the sheep, that suggested there is no anemia. So no treatment is required, animal is normal. If point 2 is comparing, it is a slight light pink color which matches with the eye of the conjunctiva. That suggests a marginal or slight anemia. No treatment is required. A nutritious food will help to cure the disease. Point 3 is more light pink color. If it matches the conjunctiva, it suggests mild anemia which require treatment. Point 4, a more pale color anemia, more pale color, that suggests moderate anemia. It must be treated. Point 5 is very light pink color or almost white color box. If it matches with the eye of the animal, it is a paleness. It suggests severe anemia and animal must be treated. So this is how, by matching the color on the Pharmacia card with the color of the conjunctiva, the clinician can decide the anemia and the worm burden. Now I think now it is clear. Pharmacia system is practically very useful at farm level, and it is useful to select the animals for strategic deworming and treatment of the animals. I have narrated the clinical pathology. It is a diagnosis also. It is little bit in detail, but it is very much useful not only for this parasite, but for the diagnosis of other parasites, other diseases also. Your look, your attitude for the diagnosis is changed now. Similarly, in the necrosis finding also, I have narrated not much detail, but as a veterinary officer and as a student must know that I have included the information. Please pay attention. Here we are talking only on the gross lesions, not microscopic. Microscopic you have studied in pathology, only gross lesions. Now pay attention. There is hyperplastic gastritis, abomasitis, hyperplasia of the epithelium, and inflammation. The abomasum has a characteristic dark red brown content with multifocal mucosal hemorrhage. There is hemorrhage because of parasite. Along with clinician find Haemonchus contortus adults in the abomasum. Pay your attention more to the abomasum only. Presence of large number of readily visible, a clinician can see the contortus worm in the abomasum. They are large, 1 to 1.25 centimeter in length, and they are of two colors. One is red, another is red-white. We will see what is red and what is red-white. We will see later on. In freshly dead animal, if you perform the postmortem, the worms are often live, and they are making twisting and swarming and squirming movements. That is diagnostic. Now, what is red and red white? Female adult worm has a characteristic barber pole appearance. Now, what is barber pole? That's why the parasite is named as barber pole worm. The female has characteristic barber pole appearance, and that is due to red color is due to blood filled digestive tract. You can see clear cut digestive tract from the body of the animal. The digestive tract is red. Why it is red? Because they are the blood suckers, voracious blood suckers. And white reproductive tract, there is no blood in reproductive tract, so it is white. So there are streaks and color of the red and white. So it is called as barber pole worm, and that is the characteristic of the female. Now in the next slide we will see what is male. Continue with the necropsy finding. The female has digestive tract, reproductive tract. Digestive tract is red. Reproductive tract is not colored, uncolored. So there are stripes of red and white, barber pole. But the males are all red because male has no reproductive tract. Male has a prominent digestive tract, all red, and the males are slightly shorter than female. Both worms has a buccal tooth through which they can pierce the abomasal mucosa to suck the blood. They are actively all the time sucking blood, and that makes the pathology in animal. Sucking blood causes anemia. There is marred pallor of the mucous membrane and all internal tissues clinician can see on postmortem. There is characteristic gross lesion is widespread subcutaneous edema everywhere. And the edema is most prominent in submandibular soft tissues called bottle jaw. Many parasites produce this bottle jaw condition because of the hypoproteinemia. Here there is extreme. There is accumulation of fluid in pleura, fluid in pericardium, fluid in peritoneal cavity. There is hydrothorax, hydropericardium, and ascites. And all this results due to hypoproteinemia. Another characteristics, the lymph node which drains the abomasum are enlarged and double in weight because there is pathology, inflammation in the abomasum. So the lymph node draining that abomasums are enlarged. These are the characteristics. And here I have mentioned only the gross lesions, not the microscopic, which is very much important when you perform the post-mortem. The diagnosis is not hard at all, it is very easy. Friends requested to share this information to almost all veterinarians, to promote the channel, requested to subscribe this channel. Thank you very much for observing this video. Next time we'll come with the concluding slide number 4, presentation number 4. Thanks.